The left is scrambling, and they're scrambling hard, everyone, because Joe is just too old. I mean, 81 years old. I'm sorry. We just found out that Joe Biden, when he came before the cameras the other day, remember after it was reported that the special counsel, found that Joe Biden was too darn old to actually move forward with prosecuting, even though he was guilty of taking those documents and keeping them in an unsecure location, and he knew that they were there. You couldn't actually prosecute him because he's too old, and the jury would find this feeble, weak man who couldn't remember anything, and they'd never get a conviction. And so he said, well, I'm not going to move forward with this. And that was really bad, like really, really, really bad. Now, maybe he's just being an honest lawyer. The left is like, oh, it's political because he was a Trump appointee. There have been comparisons to Comey. Look, I don't know. I think the guy's just a lawyer saying, I'm never going to be able to prove this case. I'm never going to get this guy charged on anything because, well, he's too old and too weak and too feeble and doesn't remember anything. And he's going to present as a sympathetic character to the jury. And, well, he's going to present to the jury exactly as he presents to us. And we feel kind of bad for him. To which it's like, well, why the heck is he the president of the United States? And so Joe was mad. And he's like 81 years old mad. He's also, and I'm not a doctor, so I want to be thoughtful about how I explain this, but I have known people that have had dementia that I've been very close to in my life, and I know what happens. So I've seen it before up close, and I feel very bad if that's the case. And I'm not saying it's a case. I am not in any way, but I do see symptoms of sort of his decline, whatever that may be. And part of that decline as you get older is you have very little patience and you want things your way. And so when this report came out and he saw it, oh man, he went out there and guns blazing. He was just furious. He's telling Peter Doocy off and this one off and Fox off and whoever off. Let's take a look at Joe Biden in that press conference. Or not. We can go to Karine Jean-Pierre first because Karine Jean-Pierre wanted you to know. This came out just a couple hours ago. Karine Jean-Pierre wanted you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that it was all his idea. I guess she doesn't want to get blamed for that one.
That the president of the White House thought it was a good idea for him to come out last Thursday. Just want to clear it up. Was it the president's idea to come out?
It was the president's idea. Yes, he wanted to. It was his idea.
And how forceful was he when he came out and he said he wanted to do it that time?
I mean, you saw the president out do this, make a statement, take questions from all of you because he wanted to do it.
Did anyone advise him against it?
I'm not going to get into private conversations that the president has. The president is the president of the United States. If he says he wants to speak directly to the American people, he's going to do that.
And following up on something that...
And we can't help him. In other words, not my fault. I mean, I'm the press person, but I didn't advise him to do that. That was all his brilliant idea. Do we have it? Maybe not. Anyway, he and his brilliant ideas, he just started getting really nasty with reporters. He was angry with the Fox reporter, with some other reporters, and he was having at it. He's like, I am fine. I'm fine. The problem with coming out like that and saying you're fine, I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. It doesn't change the fact that Her wrote in that report that he's so old and he's so weak and he doesn't remember anything, and people will just see him as that, as kind of a sympathetic old guy character. There you go.